guys, so I just pulled into this Ruby Tuesdays parking lot. This is kind of what people do when you're picking up plants. You just travel long distances. I traveled about an hour and a half away to pick up this variegated Monstera. My first one that you guys see in my first YouTube video developed root rot very quickly after purchasing it, and I had to cut off the roots, I had to cut off part of the stem, and more recently I had to cut off the oldest leaf that was on it, so the third outermost leaf. So I'm in a toss-up. I don't know if this plant's gonna make it. It doesn't have any progressing rot, so it's actually stopped, but it also hasn't developed roots. So I'm currently trying to water propagate it. I don't want to say I don't have high hopes for it because the plant is salvageable. It's not rotting anymore at this point. I just think I need to give it a little more time, and since it's winter time, it's kind of in a toss-up, honestly. It's got more delayed roots. It's not really growing as quickly as I want it to, but I still have it. I actually found a seller locally that was selling a mature Monstera with about 14-inch leaves, which isn't near as big as the one that I have. But you don't really find Thai constellations that size very often. So in this situation, I figured, you know what, I'll give it a shot. I'll pick up this one that's actually a rooted plant. The other one was a rooted cutting. So you kind of have your pros and your cons to it. It's a little more expensive, but in this case, I think it was worthwhile. So I will show you guys shortly what this plant looks like. Right, so I got the plant. You guys can see it's got a little bit of damage on one of the leaves here, but overall, it's a pretty decent plant. So I'm super excited that I was able to pick up this plant. Looks like it's got some new growth coming in, so it should be throwing out some pretty sweet leaves pretty soon. All right guys, so I went ahead and fully potted up the Thai constellation. So you guys can see it's got 3 leaves. One of the leaves is a little bit damaged, but the rest of these are actually looking in really good shape. And it already looks like the 4th leaf is forming, so it's starting to separate from the main stalk here. So in the next several weeks to the next several months, this should actually look like a 4-leafed plant. I also propagated the plant. It looked like where it was previously cut started to rot, so I went ahead and trimmed it up to see if I could get this to propagate. It did have aerial roots that actually grew some soil roots as well, so things are looking pretty good for this one. I might end up auctioning it off or selling it on my Instagram page once I see that it's settled in for a bit. So yeah, this is pretty much what the plant looks like.